This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Masters of the Universe Revelations Tri-Klops, part of the Masterverse line of figures. As you probably are aware, this is an older figure. It came out I think it came out just before the Revelations cartoon actually aired on Netflix, but I don't remember for sure. Actually, no, it probably came out afterwards, since technically the costume on the right side might be considered a spoiler. Not that the series is worth not being spoiled over, if you know what I mean. But that's a story for another day. On the back, we have an info blurb with Tri-Klops dressed in his alternate outfit. Tri-Klops, evil and sees everything. The technical genius with the tri-sided visor served Skeletor for years, now that the nefarious Lord of Destruction disappeared. However, Tri-Klops discovered his new purpose. With magic fading from Eternia, Tri-Klops preaches about the weakness of flesh and the strength of machines. As leader of the technological cult operating out of Snake Mountain, he demands his followers abandon their weakness and prepare for the digital embrace of Motherboard. There's a lot to say. That now that the nefarious Lord of Destruction Now that the nefarious Lord of Destruction disappeared, however, Tri-Klops discovered his new purpose. I don't know why the however is in there. That's just a bad sentence. Now that the nefarious Lord of Destruction disappeared, Tri-Klops discovered his new purpose. That makes a hell of a lot more sense. Like, maybe if the serve Skeletor for years was part of the sentence, however, would make sense. But with that being a separate sentence, the however doesn't make sense and sounds weird. And that's your English grammar lesson for today. Ah. All right, let's get them out of here. Tri-Klops comes with a dress. Oh my goodness. He comes with a pair of slapping hands. That's a new bit. Also, there are some designs on the back. Alternate headpiece. And they taped the robe in place. Let's make the cape look pretty. We'll put a bunch of tape on it. Oh, for crying out loud. Let go. Well, we'll set aside the Revelations specific items for the moment, and we'll take a look at the basic figure. As far as Tri-Klops goes, this is actually a really nice update to the vintage style one. And he's kind of what you would expect from a 7-inch line. His visor, not sure if his visor turns. Man, that is tight. Of course, his visor spins so that you can have the different visions. And with Tri-Klops, what it was supposed to be is that the different eyes had different powers specifically for sight, like normal sight, infrared sight, X-ray sight. I don't know if those are the specific ones, but you get the idea, right? He comes with his sword based on the vintage version. However, he does not have a place on his back to hold the sword, which In the vintage version was this little thing right here, and I'm really disappointed to see that it was not included in this figure. As far as articulation goes, obviously we have the spinning headpiece. We have a ball joint at the neck. Head can look all around. He's got hair flopping about. He's got a torso crunch thing, or a ball joint up there so that his torso can spin around at the bicep area. He's got the up and down and the all around, though there is some hindrance in your positioning with the harness. He's got the cut bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, if you can get it to move. There, works better on that side. I'm probably going to have to heat that joint up. Wrist spins, and it has an in and out hinge. Waist has a swivel. Thighs go out that far, forward, and back. The loincloth does hinder it a little bit, but it moves a little bit easier than some other toys. And you can kind of see here underneath the butt, his underwear has a nicely detailed butt cheek crack, whatever. But anyway, we have a thigh swivel, double jointed knee, boot cut spins, and the feet go spinning around. Well, doesn't spin around like some of the other ones do. Well, I guess it does. That looks like a really painful break, doesn't it? And of course, we have a hinge. And I've gotten blinded. So, I like the detail on the harness. The little like spikes there. It looks good. Overall, I actually really do like this Tri-Klops figure as Tri-Klops. Like, there is, aside from not having a place to put the sword on his back, I think this is actually a really nice figure. And it's perfect for your Masterverse collection, especially if you just are buying the Revelation figures for purpose of just displaying them as updated versions of classic vintage characters. However, this is Revelations, and so we need to mess with Tri-Klops. So we will pop the sword out, pop his head off, and we'll remove the harness. Tri-Klops harness is, should have been relatively easy to remove. One of the things that I do like about Origins over Masterverse is that you can pop the arms out, and it makes it a lot easier to take the equipment off. So now we need to put Tri-Klops in a dress. Freaking Velcro. Wait for it. Should have brought some other figures with me. Tell me, Trapjaw, does this dress make my butt look fat? So anyway, we have his servant of Motherboard, or I guess, would it be priest of Motherboard, prophet of Motherboard? Probably prophet, actually, sounds like a better way to put it. Prophet of Motherboard equipment. Hmm. This seems to be designed to sit very specifically on this figure, and I'm having a hard time getting it to sit properly. we got the new Tri-Klops head with the ridiculous bit of headgear. Might as well switch out the hands while we're at it. Oh my god. Ugh. This is what I was talking about though earlier. There's some extra detailing on the hands here. I don't know if that's supposed to represent some kind of tech thing embedded in him or not. Um, does he? The head does still spin around. And it's got pretty much all the same shapes, even though there's some extra coloring on them. And it's a lot harder to turn. This bit of headgear, I mean, look at this. He's got a window scraper on his head. That's what he's wearing. He's wearing a window scraper. As far as the overall look goes, I don't mind the extra equipment, to be honest. But the headgear, I mean, the headgear just looks kind of stupid, in my opinion. But then again, I'm not a big fan of the Revelation series. I will give Revolution a try and hope it doesn't suck. But, you know, if they keep the characterizations as bad as they did in Revelations, then I don't have much hope for it. But still, I think. How does he look with his regular head? No, he must have also shaved his head too, because there's no hair on the back. Honestly, that doesn't look too bad there. But aside from the scraper, you know, there's actually a pretty fair amount of detail here, and it's the same symbols that are used to differentiate his eyes and whatever power they're supposed to have is used on his new harness. I think this actually has a specific term when it comes to religion, but I cannot remember what it is. I kind of wonder. Oh, Trapjaw, you beast! I'm sorry. I want to know what the harness looks like without the dress underneath it. Problem being, of course, again, it's design. The belt here is definitely designed to have something more underneath. But overall, well, let's get a sword hand in place too. Just gonna say it. This right here is not too bad of a look for him. But anyway, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and if you did buy this Tri-Klops, let me know how did you decide to display him? Did you display him as Tri-Klops, or did you display him as the Prophet of Motherboard? Peace and love.